This is ASMR to the G. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, I would love it if you would join us. We have a little family here in this corner of YouTube, and I would love for you to be part of it. If you are already subscribed, great, welcome back. Nice to see you again. Don't forget to give the video a like if you enjoy it. For tonight's video, we will be continuing our Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone reading. We left off. Oh, before I continue, I do have another YouTube channel where I upload Greek videos. If you're interested, if that's something that interests you, and if you just like to listen to whispers in another language, I will put the link down right below the description in this video. So go ahead and check it out. Now, we had left off where Hagrid and Harry were off to buy school supplies, and they had just went into the bar, and everybody was shaking his hand. He just met Professor Quirrell, and Harry was asking if Professor Quirrell is always that nervous. So that's where we are going to continue from. So, is he always that nervous? Oh yeah, poor bloke, brilliant mind. He was fine while he was studying out of books. But then he took to a year off to get some first-hand experience. They say he met vampires in the Black Forest, and there was a nasty bit of trouble with a hag. Never been the same since. Scared of the students, scared of his own subject. Now, where's me umbrella? Vampires, hags. Harry's head was swimming. Hagrid, meanwhile, was counting bricks in the wall above the dustbin. 3 up, 2 across, he muttered. Right, stand back, Harry. He tapped the wall 3 times with the point of his umbrella. The brick he had touched quivered. It wriggled in the middle. A small hole appeared. It grew wider and wider. A second later, they were facing an archway large enough even for Hagrid. An archway onto a cobbled street which twisted and turned out of sight. Welcome, said Hagrid, to Diagon Alley. He grinned at Harry's amazement. He stepped through the archway. Harry looked quickly over his shoulder and saw the archway shrink instantly back into solid wall. I also wanted to mention, guys, if you hear any background noise, it's because it's only 8 p.m. and my neighbors and their children are all still up. My children, I told them not to make any sound. They're in their room playing, but they're quiet. So if you do hear any background noise, it's from my neighbors, either from the 3rd floor or right next door. So I apologize, because it's the only time I have to record, and I really want to record it. I really wanted to record tonight. Okay, the sun shone brightly on a stack of cauldrons outside the nearest shop. Cauldrons, all sizes, copper, brass, pewter, silver, self-stirring, collapsible, said a sign hanging over them. Yeah, you'll be needing one, said Hagrid, but we gotta get your money first. scarlet and gold was. "Yep, that's a goblin," said Hagrid quietly as they walked up the white stone steps towards him. The goblin was about a head shorter than Harry. He had a swarthy, clever face, a pointed beard, and Harry noticed very long fingers and feet. He bowed as they walked inside. Now they were facing a second pair of doors, silver this time, with words engraved upon them. "Enter, stranger, but take heed of what awaits the sin of greed. For those who take but do not earn must pay most dearly in their turn. So if you seek beneath our floors a treasure that was never yours, thief, you have been warned. Beware of finding more than treasure there." "Like I said, he'd be mad to try and rob it," said Hagrid. A pair of goblins bowed them through the silver doors, and they were in a vast marble hall. About 100 more goblins were sitting on high stools behind a long counter, scribbling in large ledgers, weighing coins on brass scales, examining precious stones through eyeglasses. There were too many doors to count leading off the hall, and yet more goblins were showing people in and out of these. Hagrid and Harry made for the counter. "Morning," said Hagrid to a free goblin. "We've come to take some money out of Mr. Harry Potter's safe." "You have his key, sir." "Got it here somewhere," said Hagrid, and he started emptying his pockets onto the counter, scattering a handful of moldy dog biscuits over the goblin's book of numbers. The goblin wrinkled his nose. Harry watched the goblin on their right, weighing a pile of rubies as big as glowing coals. "Got it," said Hagrid at last, holding up a tiny key, a tiny golden key. The goblin looked at it closely. "That seems to be in order. And I've also got a letter here from Professor Dumbledore," said Hagrid importantly, throwing out his chest. "It's about the you-know-what in Vault 713. The goblin read the letter carefully. "Very well," he said, handing it back to Hagrid. "I will have someone take you both to the vaults." Griffook was yet another goblin. Once Hagrid had crammed all the dog biscuits back inside his pockets, he and Harry followed Griffook toward one of the doors leading off the hall. "What's the you-know-what in Vault 713? Harry asked. "Can't tell you that," said Hagrid mysteriously. "Very secret, Hogwarts business. Dumbledore's trusted me. More'n my job's worth to tell you that." Greyfoot held the door open for them. Harry, who had expected more marble, was surprised. They were in a narrow stone passageway lit with flaming torches. Flaming torches. It sloped steeply downwards, and there were little railway tracks on the floor. Gryphog whistled, and a small cart came hurtling up the tracks towards them. They climbed in, Hagrid with some difficulty, and were off. At first, they just hurtled through a maze of twisting packages. Harry tried to remember left, right, left, middle fork, right, left, but it was impossible. The rattling cart seemed to know its own way because Gryphog wasn't steering. Harry's eyes stung as the cold air rushed past them, but he kept them wide open. Once he thought he saw a burst of fire at the end of a passage and twisted around to see if it was as it cleared, Harry gasped. Inside were mounds of gold coins, columns of silver, heaps of little bronze nuts. All yours, smiled Hagrid. All Harry's. It was incredible. The Dursleys couldn't have known about this, or they'd have had it from him faster than blinking. How often had they complained how much Harry cost them to keep? And all the time there had been a small fortune belonging to him buried deep under London. Hagrid helped Harry pile some of it into a bag. The gold ones are galleons, he explained. 17 silver sickles to a galleon and 29 nuts to a sickle. It's easy enough. Right, that should be enough for a couple of terms. We'll keep the rest safe for you. He turned to Gryffindor. Vault 713 now, please, and can we go more slowly? One speed only, said Gryffindor. They were going even deeper now and gathering speed. The air became colder and colder as they hurtled right around tight corners. They went rattling over an underground ravine, and Harry leaned over the side to try and see what was down at the bottom. But Hagrid groaned and pulled him back by the scruff of his neck. Vault 713 had no keyhole. Stand back, said Gryffindor. Importantly, he stroked the door gently and with one of his long fingers, and it simply melted away. If anyone but a Gringotts goblin tried that, they'd be sucked through the door and trapped in there, said Gryffindor. How often do you check to see if anyone's inside? Harry asked. About once every 10 years, said Gryffindor. Is it Gryffindor or Griphook? I think I'm gonna call him Griphook because Gryffindor just sounds nasty. I don't know. Something really extraordinary had to be inside this top security vault, Harry was sure, and he leaned forward eagerly, expecting to see fabulous jewels at the very least. But at first he thought it was empty. Then he noticed a grubby little package wrapped in a brown paper laying on the floor. Hagrid picked it up and tucked it inside his coat. Harry longed to know what it was, but knew better than to ask. Come on, back in this infernal cart, and don't talk to me on the way back. It's best if I keep me mouth shut, said Hagrid. Okay, so we will stop here for tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed this part of the reading. I don't even know what chapter we're in. All I know is we are 24% done of this book, so we still have quite a ways to go. Thank you so much for joining me again this evening. I hope to see you all in the